Hey guys, it's Tim, and this is Pro Wrestling Unlimited, as we are here on the 22nd of January, 2020, to talk about everything that went down tonight on Friday Night Smackdown. I'm going to say it, I like tonight's Smackdown. Last week's Smackdown was kind of a crapshoot show, not that good of a show, but I think they redeemed themselves this week with a show where, A, I was never bored, and B, I thought things went really well. I thought the show flowed really good tonight. I thought a lot of the matches were pretty good tonight, and we'll get into all of that. But with that, I want to say thank you for joining me here, twitch.tv/PW Unlimited. I also want to say thank you for joining us on YouTube, youtube.com/Pro Wrestling Unlimited. We're going to throw our polls up for you guys on both Twitch and YouTube to see what you guys thought of tonight's SmackDown. What did you think of tonight's SmackDown? Gonna let some more of you guys jump in the live chat as we get going here. Liked it. Yeah. Right. Didn't like it. All right, we'll throw that up on YouTube. No, Twitch. Also throw the same poll up on YouTube. Liked it. It was right. Didn't. All right, we got these polls going. You guys can vote. Let me know what you thought of SmackDown on YouTube. Let me know what you thought of SmackDown on Twitch. But with that, remember, if you are watching on Twitch, you can help us out a couple of different ways. Either with a donation by hitting that donation button down below, with some Twitch bits, or with a subscription. And you can subscribe one of two different ways. Either with a tiered subscription or with Amazon Prime, because if you have Amazon Prime, then you have Prime Gaming. And with Prime Gaming, you get one free subscription to any Twitch channel that you want to subscribe to throughout the month. And we would greatly appreciate it if you use that subscription on us here at Pro Wrestling Unlimited. Flip side, YouTube. If you want to support us over on YouTube, you can do so a couple of different ways. You can donate to us. There's a button. If you go to our main channel, in our header, there's a donate button. You can also go and give us either a super chat or a super sticker in the live chat. All super chat donations in the live chat do get read live on the air. Or you can join to become a member. Become a member of the PW Unlimited YouTube channel by hitting that join button down below, right next to where it says subscribe. But with all of that, we're here to talk about Friday Night Smackdown. All right. SmackDown started off with a recap of the Roman Reigns Adam Pearce angle from last week. It ended with, well, Kevin Owens getting himself a shot at the title. In a last man standing match, that is. And opening up the show was Universal Champion Roman Reigns and Paul Heyman. No Jey Uso. And not just no Jey Uso in the segment, no Jey Uso at all tonight, which was very weird. And let me check. I asked about this as far as why Jey Uso was not on the show tonight. Let's see if I got a response yet. And this is the first week in many weeks. No, I have not got anything back on this. This is the first week in many weeks that I can't remember, that I can, like, I don't remember the last week we didn't have Jey Uso. I feel like ever since Roman came back, Jey has been there on just about every show. So, let me check one more thing, guys. All right. But with that, Roman Reigns came out with Paul Heyman. They piped in "You Suck" chants that just, it didn't work. Like, "You Suck" chants from an actual crowd, cool, works. But when you're trying to pipe them in yourselves and let us know we're supposed to hate this guy, Reigns noted that Kevin Owens will not be here tonight because, well, he's got pool and made sure he wasn't allowed in the building. He brought up Adam Pearce and Owens' plan from last week. Reigns mentioned some fans said that Owens and Pearce got one over on him. He didn't like that phrase. I think the phrase he actually used was Owens and Pearce got one past him. Something like that. He said he didn't like that phrase. And he also doesn't like the phrase card subject to change. Reigns was furious that Pearce got out of the match because of a quote-unquote injury. He said it took a serious... He said something along the lines of, nothing keeps me away from here. I never go home. I never just don't do what I'm supposed to do and uphold my obligations. I'm always here. He goes, and right as I was tweeting out, you missed. I was literally tweeting. Roman Reigns says he never misses a show, but he missed WrestleMania last year. And he goes, but it took a pandemic and my health and my family's health to keep me away last year. And I go, delete. Roman's talking to me. He's like, so before you say anything. And I was like, oh, this big dog's speaking to me. He's speaking right to me as I was typing that out exactly. Roman Reigns says he's got plenty of injuries. He's got injuries like his legs, his ankles have been hurting since college. Even his back hurts because, well, he carries this entire business or company on his back. Reigns said that his back injury might keep him from the Royal Rumble and card may be subject to change. Adam Pearce would interrupt and say he's getting tired of all this, getting tired of Roman saying he's the one in control. Reigns got in Pearce's face and was mad that he complained of his body hurting. Reigns pointed out that he never complains about his injuries. He mocked Pearce for complaining and said he's not surprised that Pearce never made it to WWE. Heyman thought that this was all funny and started laughing. Pearce didn't like that Heyman laughed. Pearce said that he'll back down from Roman Reigns because he's, I guess you'd say, scared of Roman, but he'll never back down from Paul Heyman. Reigns goes, whoa, Paul, he just disrespected you. And if he disrespects you, that's disrespecting me. You don't disrespect him. He then told Heyman, here's the mic, do what you do. Heyman got in Pearce's face and talked about his history with Reigns' family, the Anoa'i family. Heyman decided to give Pearce a huge main event tonight. He said, you, Adam Pearce, against me, Paul Heyman. Pearce agreed to the match because Heyman said that we're in the state of Florida, but just like in the state of New York, your word is law-abiding or something like that. So they shook hands, and, well, Paul Heyman versus Adam Pearce was officially made for the main event of the night. I thought this was a really good opening segment. Reigns was good. Heyman was good. Adam Pearce was really good. Like, all guys just did exactly what they're supposed to do perfectly. Michael Cole and Corey Graves ran down what we were going to see tonight on Smackdown when Sami Zayn was making his way out to the ring. Still got his documentary crew, and he handcuffed himself to the barricade. So, Sami Zayn handcuffs himself. When we come back from the break, Zayn brought up that Apollo Crews cheated last week. He's like, yeah, I tried to cheat too. Referee stopped me from doing it. But then when Crews did it, they just let it go. Zayn noted that this isn't fair. There's a conspiracy about him. And then all of a sudden, Asuka's music would hit to cut him off. Zayn remained handcuffed to the barricade for several more segments and matches. Next up, we got a non-title match. It was the WWE Women's Tag Team Champions Asuka and Charlotte Flair taking on the Riot Squad with Billie Kay in their corner. At one point, they showed Natalya and Tamina watching from backstage. So the champions had the early advantage and isolated Riot on their side of the ring. Kay jumped up on the apron at one point to distract Flair. Flair sent Riot to the floor and tried to drag Kay into the ring, and my nose won't stop itching. All right, here we go. They really played up. Liv Morgan is improving tremendously. Morgan got a tag and did a flying crossbody onto Charlotte Flair for a near fall. Back from the break, Flair was firmly in control of Morgan, though. Michael Cole noted that Morgan was very impressive during the break that we didn't see. The Riot Squad took over and isolated Flair on their side of the ring. Zayn was still at ringside handcuffed. Flair recovered and hit a suplex on Morgan. Asuka would tag herself in, but Morgan fought back. The Riot Squad regained control. Riot rolled up Asuka and had the match won. Kay distracted the referee here. Asuka hit the hip attack on Morgan and sent her into Kay on the floor. Flair then hit the natural selection on Ruby Riot and picked up the pinfall victory. Cole pushed the idea that the Riot Squad had won the match. So Michael Cole basically said if it wasn't for Billie Kay, the Riot Squad would have won here tonight. Corey Graves and Michael Cole then ran down more of the lineup for tonight, including Sasha Banks against Reginald. In the back, Kay tried to apologize to the Riot Squad. Riot pointed out that she had Asuka beat, but Billie Kay caused a distraction and cost them the win. Kay tried to make things up to them and said, hey, things will get better. I talked to Sonya Deville, and I got you both entered into the Royal Rumble. How about that? Riot Squad then turned to the Riot Squad then turned to look at her, and Ruby basically said, you know what? This squad, it was better when it was just the two of us, me and Liv. Kay was devastated as they walked away from her. Out next was Daniel Bryan. Daniel Bryan made his way down to the ring, and he talked about the uncertainty of the Royal Rumble match. Now, here's the thing. For weeks now, basically, 3-4 weeks now, Bryan keeps saying on SmackDown and Talking Smack, I've never won a Battle Royal. I want to win the Royal Rumble because I've never won a Battle Royal. Well, tonight, Bryan changed his verbiage a little and only said, I've never won the Royal Rumble. Didn't mention anything about Battle Royals. So I don't know if that's a sign. I don't know if that's supposed to be telling. But we'll see what that all means. He said, I've never won the Royal Rumble, instead of saying, I've never won a Battle Royal. So, Bryan noted, there are many challenges to the Royal Rumble, but the winner receives a title shot at WrestleMania, and he said that he said he's had a great career, but never won the Rumble, and wants that shot at WrestleMania. Suddenly, Cesaro's music was hit as he walked down to the ring. Cesaro noted that he could speak in 5 different languages. He goes, Daniel, thanks for giving us the rules of the Royal Rumble. I could have done that in 5 different languages. And he looks over at Sami Zayn, still handcuffed, and says something like French, I guess. He's like, oh, and he's like, oh, never mind. I don't want to talk to you. Like, he says something in French. I think he said we something. And Sami's like, oh, Sami goes to talk, and Cesaro just goes, no, I don't want to talk to you. I thought that was hilarious. So Cesaro makes his way into the ring and said that he won the first ever Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal. So he knows a thing or two about winning Battle Royal type matches. Bryan said, or he also said, I hope you don't forget, I beat you last week. And Bryan said, no, it's all I've been thinking about. Bryan then went on to challenge Cesaro to a match right here, right now. And Cesaro turned him down, saying, hey, I'm sick of having to prove myself. I've already beat you. You're not dressed to compete. How about this? I'm going to issue an open challenge right now to anybody in the back that has already entered into the Royal Rumble. Out would come Dolph Ziggler. Dolph Ziggler walked out and let us know that, hey, he has the second most appearances of anybody ever in the Royal Rumble, which is crazy to think that Dolph's been around on the main roster for that long. They stated later on during the match between Cesaro and Dolph Ziggler that Dolph will be in his 14th Royal Rumble a week from Sunday. The only person to have more Rumble appearances, Kane. Don't know the number of that, though. Let's look it up real fast. Kane has been in how many Royal Rumbles? Let's see. Royal Rumble stats. Royal Rumble stats. Come on. Let's see. Most appearances. Female entry. Nope. I need male. Most times being a Royal Rumble runner-up. Come on. Where's most appearances? I do not see this on Wikipedia. I know it's been here before. Okay, most combined time. Shortest time. Most eliminations. Most eliminations. Okay, so Kane has been as Kane and Isaac Yankem 19 Royal Rumble matches. 19 Royal Rumble matches for Kane. Between the Kane and the Isaac Yankem character. Hold on. This list might not be right, though. Because this list on Wikipedia doesn't even show Dolph Ziggler. It doesn't even show anybody at 13. Huh. Someone might need to go edit the Wikipedia page and add Dolph on there. Anyways. Dolph Ziggler would come down. Ziggler promised to win the Royal Rumble this year and praised his tag team partner, Robert Roode. I'm blind without my glasses, but let's try to read this anyways. Ziggler told Bryan, hey, this ain't 2014 anymore. I'm going to accept this challenge. You go bye-bye. There we go. We got Cesaro versus Dolph Ziggler. I love this match. I thought this match was super fun. Too short, though. Way too short. Cesaro had the early advantage with an uppercut in the corner. He followed up with a giant swing. Ziggler recovered, and they traded a series of pinfall attempts. Cesaro avoided a super kick, but Ziggler hit his zigzag for a near fall. Ziggler slowed down the pace with a sleeper hold. Cesaro broke free and lifted Ziggler into the air. Ziggler countered the Hurricane Rana, but Cesaro reversed it into a neutralizer to pick up the victory. So Cesaro does win with neutralizer. That's 2 wins in a row for Cesaro. I'm also going to look something else up. When is the last time Cesaro had 2 singles match victories in a row? That's the question here. Let's see real fast. Oh, never mind. Cesaro beat Daniel Bryan last week. He beat Dolph Ziggler this week. But when you really look at it, in singles competition, okay, so technically it was last year. Technically, on June 17th, 2020, Cesaro beat Big E in a 7-minute match. Then at Extreme Rules, that next weekend, he and Cesaro won the tag titles. And then like 3 weeks later, he defeated Lince Dorado in a singles match. So that was the last time in singles competition Cesaro had 2 wins in a row. I thought it was going to be farther back than that. I thought it was going to be way farther back than that. But it happened last year. Technically, 2 singles wins in a row. I mean, yeah, he's got a tag title win in there in the middle as well. But I'm just saying, as far as singles matches in a row goes, 2 in a row for wins. But even before that, though, it's been a long time since he's even picked up a singles victory. And singles competition in 2020, Cesaro won 4 matches in singles competition. That was it. Looks like. Hold on. Lost. Yeah, singles competition, 4 wins in 2020. Got a number of tag team wins and stuff, but it's just like, Cesaro, what are they doing with you? Hopefully they're doing something with him now. So, where was I? Next up, we had a SmackDown Women's Champion Sasha Banks against Reginald. Carmella sat at ringside, drinking some champagne. That was fine. Basically, they wanted to show the athleticism of Reginald. Now, during this match, Sasha would whip Reginald, try to throw him around or whatever, and he would flip-flop and fly. He would jump around, do impressive acrobatic moves, and at one point, Corey Graves goes, we need to call up the Cirque du Soleil. Well, that wasn't a line just out of nowhere. Reginald's history, his backstory, his, I guess you could say, previous job was Cirque du Soleil. So that's why Corey Graves did make that comparison there, because Reginald used to be in Cirque du Soleil. There was one point where he, I guess, got whipped at ringside, ran, jumped up on the steel steps, and just fluidly ran, jump, double, I can't remember if it was a double or triple front flip, and then landed right in front of Carmella at ringside. There was another time where he got whipped off the ropes, and like Sasha went to do an arm drag, and he like flip-flopped right over her and landed weird. Very athletic is this Reginald. Like, he could flip around like a gymnast you've never seen before. So, before the match started, Reginald gave Sasha a flower. Reginald then blocked a slap from Sasha, so Banks rocked him with the other hand. Reginald avoided Banks with a series of rolls and dives. Banks sent Reginald to the floor and hit a Meteora off the apron. Banks got in Carmella's face at one point and slapped the glass right out of her hand. Banks attempted the backstabber, but Reginald rolled out of it. He lifted Banks up into the air, and she hit a second Meteora. The finish of the match then came when she locked on the bank statement to pick up the victory. Sasha Banks does win, and also before the match, they did alert us at the Royal Rumble, we will be seeing Sasha Banks defending the championship against Carmella. In the back, Paul Heyman gloated that their plan worked perfectly against Adam Pearce. He knew what Reigns wanted him to do and challenged Adam Pearce to a match. But then Reigns got a little mad. He said, Paul, that wasn't the plan. That I hired you to do a job, but also do what you're good at. Do what nobody else is better than you at, and that's talking on the mic. Reigns told him, handle your business and be a man. Basically said, you put yourself in this match, now you go take care of this match. Next up, Intercontinental title on the line, Big E versus Apollo Crews, and we didn't get a winner. Remember, Sami Zayn still at ringside. So, early on, Big E hit a belly-to-belly suplex to gain the advantage. Crews fought back and hit an enziguri and a standing moonsault for a near fall. He followed it up with the rolling German suplex, but Big E fought out. Crews charged at Big E at one point, but he caught him with a Uranagi for a close near fall. They fought around ringside, and Crews regained control with a standing moonsault off the apron. Big E attempted a superplex, but Crews knocked him off with a series of headbutts. Crews then hit a missile dropkick. Zayn took off the handcuffs that he had, I guess, on himself. Like, no one else handcuffed him there. He had them handcuffs. As he did, he ran into the ring and he rocked Crews with a haluva kick, causing disqualification. Immediately, he would turn his sights on the champion, Big E, and hit him with a haluva kick as well. Referee called for the bell as Sami Zayn yelled at both Crews and Big E. So, we got no winner. Big E's still the champ. We'll see what happens. Sami Zayn is going to be on Talking Smack tomorrow morning, so we'll see what he has to say. Michael Cole and Corey Graves noted that Roman Reigns, well, actually, Michael Cole said, I'm getting some news. I believe Roman Reigns has left the WWE Thunderdome. And Corey Graves literally goes, there's no reason not to believe the big dog. If they say he's left, he's left. And I go, oh, this fucker's still here. This fucker's coming out later. He ain't left. They said that looks like Paul Heyman will have to go it alone against Adam Pearce later tonight. They also pointed out that, well, Kevin Owens isn't here, and here's why. They aired a video from Kevin Owens in his car. Owens noted that Reigns can't beat him without help from the family. He said, I got to the building today, coming to work, and then was told by security Roman Reigns has some pool, and I'm not allowed in. He talked about his own family. He said, I got a lot of tattoos here. I got tattoos that mean a lot of different things to me. My wife's name's on one wrist. My kids' names are on another wrist. But this right here on my knuckles, this means the most to me. They're the initials of my grandfathers. I can't remember exactly what their names were. The B is for Benoit, I think. No, P for Pierre. P for Pierre. And M for crap. I can't remember. M for... It's not that important. Anyways, he said that his grandfathers were the ones that believed in him the most. And he said that he was a little sad that they passed away before he made it to WWE. None of them got to actually watch him wrestle in WWE. He said that he learned from them, never stop fighting no matter what. He watched them both go through and defeat different illnesses that should have taken their lives sooner. He said because of watching them and watching them never stop fighting, he will never stop fighting. He promised to win the last man standing match and become the new Universal Champion. In the back, the Street Profits were walking down the hallway with a big old fruit basket. They approached Sonya Deville. Ziggler walked away as they walked up from Deville. Don't know what Ziggler was talking about, but they congratulated Deville on her new role as basically second in command of SmackDown. They then said, we're ready. We want another shot. We want a rematch for the tag titles. Deville said, unfortunately, I can't do that. Montez, you haven't recovered from your leg injury. I can't. And this was reasonable. Like, this wasn't her going, oh, Dolph asked me not to give him another shot, so I'm going to be a fucking heel. No, she was legit here. She goes, listen, Montez, we all know you have not healed from your leg injury. I can't have you go out there and say, get hurt again. I can't have you go out there, challenge for the tag titles, and then you get hurt again, and you're on the shelf. That's not good for SmackDown. We need you at 100% for SmackDown. So if that means waiting just a little bit longer before you can come back, okay. We just don't want to risk you being out longer than you need to be. And I'm like, fuck. Sonya doing the duties and doing it well. Very reasonable as far as telling Street Profits, I'd love to give you a shot, but I can't because I can't risk Montez getting further injured. So they were like, fine. We understand. She's like, hey, also, you guys out right now, technically, that may give another tag team an opportunity that they may not have gotten. They're like, okay, but we'll be watching. And when we're ready, we're going to go. So I liked this. I thought this was really good. I thought all the reasoning was 100% justified. And I liked that the Street Profits didn't like get mad or upset with her being like, oh, well, you were just talking to Dolph. What did he have to say about da-da-da-da? No, they were just like, I understand. You can still have your fruit basket. We'll talk to you when Montez is healed. Like, they weren't happy about it, but I feel like they understood the situation and where Sonya was coming from. So next up, we had the obstacle course. It was Bayley and Bianca Belair. Michael Cole hosted briefly before Bayley grabbed the mic from him and sent Cole away. So Bayley walked Belair through the course and pointed out that Chad Gable was even there to help them out. Bayley went first. Of course, for her was a lot easier. So they had to flip over a tractor tire, which they said weighed 400 pounds. Bayley had a little bit of trouble with it. They then had to, I guess you could say, run through some mini hurdles. Well, Bayley did. They then had some walls they had to scale or jump over. Bayley just ran around them. Then there was a spot where Bayley had to fireman's carry Chad Gable basically the length of one side of the ring. Then to finish off the obstacle course, you had to score a basket in a basketball hoop. Bayley does it in, I want to say, 1 and 17 seconds, 12, something like that. And so Bianca's getting ready to go. And Bayley's like, hold on. We need to EST this up for Bianca a little bit. So what they did was they took out the mini hurdles and added regular-sized hurdles. And, well, instead of old Chad Gable, she had to lift up Otis. Bianca does the whole thing, and she lifts Otis like he's Chad Gable. Like nothing. Like, I was impressed by the way she lifted up Chad Gable and just earned her Otis and just walked her walk with him. Didn't struggle, didn't be like, oh crap, this is heavy. Didn't even fake that he was heavy. She just threw him up on her shoulders and went. I'm like, oh, damn. She ended up finishing her obstacle course with 17 seconds left on the clock, which meant that she was 17 seconds faster than Bayley. After the match, Bayley would grab the basketball, throw it right, and this looked like it fucking hurt, knocked the wind out of her, threw it right in the gut of Bianca Belair, and then attempted to beat her down. Bayley would then drop the basketball hoop on Bianca. In the back, Rey Mysterio was giving Dominik some last-minute pointers. Dominik's going to face King Corbin. Dominik goes, I got this, Dad. Let me do it my way. But if my way isn't successful, next time I will listen, and I will do it your way, whatever you say. And Rey's like, all right, I can respect that. Go out there. Good luck. We got King Corbin versus Dominik, and this is a pretty good match. Corbin is really good in there as far as making sure, like, I'm not saying Corbin's a great pro wrestler, but Corbin does know how to make his opponents look good. I will say that. And especially Dominik here, a more unexperienced wrestler, he made sure that everything looked good, looked tight, looked nice. Dominik caught Corbin with a dropkick early to gain the advantage. He attempted a plancha, but Corbin avoided it and moved out of the way, and then rocked Dominik with a clothesline. Back from the break, Dominik was sent to the corner. Corbin was sent to Dominik into the corner, and then he rocked him with some body shots. At one point, Corbin attempted the end of days, but Mysterio fought back. He set it for the 619, but Corbin blocked the move. Corbin would then hit the end of days and pin Dominik in the middle of the ring. Michael Cole would then let us know, well, it looks like Dominik's going to have to do it his dad's way next time. Womp womp. In the back, we saw Paul Heyman walking out to the ring. He looked very upset and still dressed in a suit. With that, we moved to our main event, Paul Heyman versus Adam Pearce. This wasn't a match at all. More of an angle. So Adam Pearce is ready in the ring. And Paul Heyman comes down, and as he's walking down to the ring, he's taping his fist. So he's taping his fist. He's taping up his fist. And when he goes to walk up the steps, he pretends like he's slipped. And the referee's like, whoa, what's wrong? And Heyman's like, I'm okay, I got this. And he goes to walk up the steps again, slips again. He goes, you know what? I don't got this. Hey, Adam Pearce. Card. Subject to change. And then we hear, bun-up, 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 bum bum bum. About would come Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns would make his way down to the ring and just proceed to, that's the word I'm looking for, proceed to beat the ever-loving crap out of one Adam Pearce. Roman would beat him up in the ring. Roman would beat him up around the ring. Roman would beat him up the ramp. Roman Reigns would beat him up over by where the fans are supposed to be. Roman then attempted to, well, he didn't attempt to, he did put Pearce on his shoulders and throw him up on one of the risers. As Roman was about to get up there and possibly throw him off the riser, Kevin Owens would run in. Kevin Owens would run in and attack Roman Reigns from behind wearing a hoodie. He would eventually take off the hoodie to reveal that it's Kevin Owens, even though we all knew who it was. The two would fight back onto the ramp. The two would fight back at ringside. The two would fight back in the ring, where Owens would give Roman Reigns a stunner after avoiding a Superman punch. Referees tried to break the two up and hold Owens back, but they fought at ringside. Owens then gave Reigns another stunner that sent Reigns crashing into the barricade. Owens would then give Reigns a pop-up powerbomb through a table that would end the show. Reigns would then try to go grab the steel steps. Many referees stopped him from doing so, and the show went off the air. Here's the thing. When's the last time somebody got the upper hand on Roman like this? When's the last time we, not just saying we saw the show end with Roman laid out, when's the last time we saw Roman take a beating at all, get beat up, and not be the last guy standing? You know what I mean? So I liked that. I liked that a lot, that they let Kevin Owens technically go over Roman Reigns in the segment. But that guys, was Friday Night Smackdown. Let's check out your polls. On Twitter, no, YouTube, 70% of you liked SmackDown tonight. 22% thought it was all right, and 7% did not like it. If we look over on the Twitch poll, 67% liked SmackDown, 33% thought it was all right, and nobody disliked SmackDown. Good to see. With that, now I want to hear from you guys. I want to hear what you guys thought of tonight's Friday Night Smackdown. If you want to be part of tonight's show, you can do so by texting in to 510-906-1341. Again, that number is 510-906-1341, as we do have a number of text messages here already, numbers in the live chat, and, well, it was just at the bottom of the screen. First question here is more of a comment. It says, I thought SmackDown was weird but fun. A weird but fun show. I cracked up when Roman told Heyman to tell off Pearce. Women's tag match was also good. Yeah, so I forgot to mention this earlier, there was a line when Roman Reigns basically said, Adam Pearce, he's a puss. I was like, okay, you can say that on TV, on broadcast television? Sure. This person says, if you were to pick to win the Universal title at the Rumble, do you go Roman winning or Kevin Owens? Roman Reigns. Roman's probably going to hold this title for another year. It says, here's the problem I have with these shows. One is booked very poorly, and yet we still continue to watch it. Yet the other, meaning SmackDown, is booked very well, and we want to watch it anyways. However, why bother when they could change in a heartbeat? Well, I think that's more of you grieving or griping than anything, and that's on you. If you're going to complain that Raw's not a good show, but you watch it anyways, don't watch it. Like, you basically answered your own question there. You said, one show was booked poorly, yet we continue to watch. Well, if you think it's that bad, bro, don't watch, bud. Next one says, do you think they should give Keith Lee a shot at WrestleMania this year like they did with Shinsuke Nakamura? I mean, Keith Lee versus Drew for the title at Mania? That'd be cool. I wouldn't be opposed. I mean, Shinsuke's opportunity came, what, 3 years ago, 2018? It says, how long do you think Sasha holds the title for? And do she keeps it past Mania like Roman? Honestly, I don't know. I wouldn't be opposed to them taking the title off of her at WrestleMania for Bianca Belair and giving Bianca Belair that big moment this early in her career. So I could see that happening maybe. Right now, Bianca is my favorite to win the Women's Rumble. Other person says, does this mean a push for Cesaro? Your guess is as good as mine, but I hope so. I really do hope so. Also, his last text message here says, who do you see challenging Reigns and McIntyre at Mania? I've heard both Goldberg and John Cena will be in 2 of the 4 marquee matches. So as far as Reigns goes, and I'm going to have a whole video coming out next week about this, who I think is going to be in big matches at WrestleMania. But Reigns, I think there's 3 options right now for Reigns. As far as Drew and the Raw Championship, the WWE Championship, I'm still sticking to Sheamus. I think Sheamus versus Drew could be a great match at WrestleMania. And you could still make it up to Sheamus for WrestleMania, what was it, 28? When he had that 18-second match with Daniel Bryan with the world title on the line. So, and on the pre-show, world title match on the pre-show, 18 seconds. No. Yeah. That's right. Anyways, with that, that's going to do it here for me talking Friday Night Smackdown. I want to say thank you for joining me here. Twitch.tv/PWU Unlimited, YouTube.com/Pro Wrestling Unlimited. Then follow us on social media, Facebook.com/Pro Wrestling ULTD. Follow us on Instagram by searching for Pro Wrestling Unlimited, and follow us on Twitter at PW Unlimited. We'll be live again on Monday talking Monday Night Raw. With that, guys, have a great night. And I will see you guys probably over the weekend on my personal Twitch, twitch.tv/TimmyBuddy. But if I don't see you there, then I'll see you on Monday right here, Monday Night Raw. Have a great night, guys. All right. If you're still here on Twitch,